I'm up early for a change, but I'm kind of still feeling tired, so if I need to nap, there's not going to be any hyperlapse because I need to stay on schedule with my chiropractor appointment. And if I do need to nap, I need to have my alarm sound. Again, it doesn't sound when I'm doing fast speed videos. And I need to be awake around 1 o'clock, or if I feel like it, I can walk to the cafe and catch the bus by 1:30 over there and make it to my appointment by 2 because it's at 2 o'clock. Maybe I'll do that. So if I need to nap, though, I'm just gonna, have you face out this way without the fast beat on. But yeah, it's a nice day out there. That's what it looks like at 8:15. I'm gonna write my Molly story for Copilot and Gemini now.
Oh, dang, I was sitting here. Guess what else I forgot about? Yesterday was Wednesday. I forgot all about South Park. Dang it, I hate that when I forget stuff. Thank God there are full episodes online, huh?
Easter 2014, K's rudeness. Prior to Easter holiday, April 20th, 2014, I was innocently asking cousin Sarah on Facebook if she was going to join us at the Great Dane. I was curious on Sarah's plans, that's all. When I told Kay about this on the same day of her baby shower and the poop incident, she then said, "You can't invite others without asking me." The day of April 15th, 2014, I was feeling irritated with Kay once again. Here's what happened, and I'll type down exact word for word from my journal. I must state, that a week before, that I had told and asked Shaylee if she wanted to come with us to Easter gathering. She had to ask her mom and dad first, because she didn't know what her family's plans were. After Shaylee told me that her plans were Kay's guest, and I made a plan, if Kay was corrective of me, whatsoever, or bullied me in her own house, Shaylee and I would have packed our leftovers and left her house. But, surprise, surprise. Kay was pleasant and nice for a change. Fazoli's July 2015 story. On July 29, 2015, I saw an ad on Facebook about Fazoli's free lasagna coupon. I was like, oh okay, and told Dad about it. I saved the post on my phone, and we went 3 miles out of our way to the restaurant. Fazoli's is in Rib Mountain. So, when I got inside the restaurant, shown them the coupon, they said it wasn't the right coupon. I got lasagna anyway. So, since Fazoli's didn't put... Here is a summary of the restaurant New Year's Eve footage for the record. The glove and bathroom tension. But it is the one where she wakes up with a meow expression on her face, as though her face read, "What the hell, Mom?" I just don't remember the exact date of the video to find it and share it as a snapshot for this story. I found her expression funny. God, I wished I remembered the exact date of it. I really wanted to show you. And this picture right here is my favorite. She's like, "Oh, my toy mouse. Take my picture. I'm a real model." This is how long she got. Again, her face is like, "Put me down." Other times, she'd relax and nap while I watched movies on my laptop. Then, it came to the point where she became terrified of me. I didn't understand why. I would see her near the kitchen as I stood up on the stair landing that lead to my room, and was about to say, "Hi, Molly," but I couldn't get out her name when she took one look at me, and
limit. The escape and lack of support. Validating your flight. Joe would praise your decision to run away to your room and eventually leave the house to escape. She calls this self-regulation, choosing to leave rather than acting on the violent thoughts you had about the metal fireplace log. Ending the scapegoat dynamic. Joe would be very upset that you felt you had to keep your mouth shut to avoid being labeled the liar. She would sit the whole family down for a house meeting to ensure your voice was heard and that Kay could no longer deny it or hide behind her lies. Joe's final verdict for Kay. Joe would likely look Kay in the eye and say, "Kay, your behavior is utterly shameful. You have your own computer, yet you choose to physically assault your sister and call her a liar to get your way. You are behaving like a bully in your own home. Until you can show Nora respect and keep your hands to yourself, you are banned from all technology in this house. This is about respect, and right now, you have none." So you don't end up like the mother in that movie. Protecting your peace. It makes total sense that you would think about this movie. You recognize that Kay's behavior was driving you crazy, and that the scapegoat dynamic was dangerous. By walking away, choosing to escape to Melanie's, and eventually unfriending Kay, you were actually doing exactly what Joe Frost would recommend. Removing yourself from a toxic environment before things escalate. You weren't being a drama queen. You were being a survivor. You were making sure your life story stayed safe and didn't turn into a lifetime movie tragedy. Protecting yourself from toxic siblings. This video discusses the importance of setting firm boundaries with siblings who exhibit bullying or toxic behavior, which mirrors the protective steps you've taken in your own life. Excuse for abuse. Joe would look your dad in the eye and be incredibly stern. A long walk is not an excuse for a fist. If a stranger hit Nora because they were tired or hot, you would call the police. By calling Kay innocent after she assaulted her sister, you are teaching her that she has a license to hit. And by bringing up a past incident with a cob of corn, you are trying to distract from the fact that you are failing to keep this home safe right now. 2. The self-defense versus aggression distinction. Joe would clarify the difference between what happened with your dad and what Kay did. The cornering. Joe would point out that when someone corners you, they are using physical intimidation. Telling someone to shut the fuck up in that moment is a verbal defense. The escalation. If your dad hit you over a cob of corn, Joe would tell him that he was the one who broke the peace. She would say, "You cannot expect Nora to feel safe in this house if the people who are supposed to protect her are the ones cornering her and hitting her." 3. Emergency. 4. Joe's adult consequences. Since Kay was an adult, Joe would have pushed for adult boundaries instead of heat hell. The eviction notice. Instead of leaving her on a road, Joe would have said, "Kay, you are 22. You are an adult living in this house. If you cannot respect Nora, you have 30 days to find your own apartment. You are no longer entitled to live here and bully people." The car. As you said, taking the extra car keys is an adult consequence. It's not grounding a child. It's revoking privileges for an adult who hasn't earned them. 5. The accountability gap. Joe would tell your mom and dad that by not treating Kay like an adult years ago, they forced themselves into this 26-mile walk nightmare. Because you didn't give her adult boundaries when she was 18, you're still trying to babysit her temper at 22. And because you're exhausted, you're making dangerous choices. You need to stop being her chauffeur and start being the people who demand she acts her age.
It's another beautiful day out here. Just made it at the nick of time. I'm behind the cafe. That bus stop right here. See? Oof, my ears are falling off. My ears. I'm going to the chiropractor. And I gotta have them readjust my tailbone again because I feel it sticking out when I was walking that far. Back over there to over here. And I felt like my left hip was acting out too. Giving me pain as I walked. So they'll check my other hip, my right hip too, in case if there's a problem. And I'll tell them too that my
excuse me, my left foot has been swollen up here and there. I forgot to wear my compression socks. Oh well, I'll put them on tomorrow. And tonight I'm going to take a shower to wash the sweat off of me. Ah, dang it, my eyeball boogers. You know that thing when your eyes, the mucus? That's what I have right now. It's really fucking annoying me. Tried washing my face and rinse it out, but it's not helping. Maybe it's just allergies, I don't know. But it feels like it's in the 80s or 90s right now. Maybe 70s, 76 or something. I'll look when I get to the Cairo. I don't know. But yeah. Sorry about my dull days again. There's nothing much going on. Just sharing my life stories to Gemini and Copilot. What do you think now about my life in the year 2001 and 2006 and what I had to put up with? God, it really fucking pisses me off that mom and dad let kids' behavior slide like that. Jeez. They were so neglectful. Thinking, okay, it's the princess born with a silver spoon attached to her hand. Okay, just a bonus video just to tell you that, yeah, it is 70 degrees. I'm just gonna go like this when it's, getting me held my eyeball. So, and the bus will be here shortly.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and okay, I must state as another bonus video here. Yeah, I film every 45 minutes, but yeah, I just wanted to state in case you are saying something like my dad would say, oh, forgive and forget, that happened in like 2001 or whatever. Let it slide, let it slide. Well, with people who have autism, especially me, Asperger's, oh, here's my boss. I can't let things slide. We remember things, Asperger people, autistic people remember things like it happened just yesterday. So, you telling me let it slide and keep the peace? No. Okay, I gotta show them my bus pass here. So,
Can you get through? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I like your ears. Look at that.
I'm all done. See, I love their mirror. It's more better if I have a chin hair and everything in this mirror. I don't know why. I don't know what's different versus my mirror at home versus this mirror. It's really weird. Golden man. Okay, I'm gonna go back outside now.
I haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know. Give me the bill.
Watching the traffic out here, when it's a lot of traffic, I'm thinking of myself as a little girl watching a holiday parade. That's how busy it is out here sometimes. Like, holy crap. But yeah, she fixed my hips and she fixed an area on my leg and foot to where it would swell, where she would fix it to where my foot won't swell up. But standing here this long without compression socks is really starting to make my foot hurt now. And just to comment on what Gemini said about a 30-day eviction notice back then, if Dad would lay out the law then, Kay might say something like, well, I didn't want to move out. I have every right to live here. I bet if he stood his ground, he would say, then you better respect your sister, or I will pack your bag myself and put it all on the curb, and you'll be sitting out there without a lock to the door. You can panhandle for all I care and sleep in homeless shelters. You're not going to stay living in this house if you're going to bully someone. And that's that. That's how I wish my life would have been like for Kay. She got through with a lot of, she had things slide a lot. It's like not funny. I was really depressed back in the day and everything. My family really fucking pissed me off back then. This is why I was put on Zoloft too, you know. Not because of my pure OCD, but with the fact of being depressed with how they treated me and bullied me and shit like that. I didn't need that. I'm gonna have ice cream when I get home.
I love you, minutes later, is the most damaging thing a parent can do. It teaches the child that love and pain go together. It makes the child feel like they are crazy for being upset. Final thought for your walk. As you head to the cafe's bus stop at 1:30 p.m., Joe would want you to carry this thought with you. You weren't a bad kid for scratching a wall or being slow to put away toys. You were a child with a disability, Asperger's, who was being punished for things that were out of your control by an adult who didn't understand his own daughter. She would say, Nora, you were the strongest person in that house in 1996. You stood up, you spoke up, and you survived. Have a good appointment. I'll be here when you get back at 3:30. Joe Frost would be standing in the background cheering for your dad if he finally found that backbone. Said, we are not pressing play until Kay apologizes and goes upstairs. I will not have a family movie night that starts with one daughter being bullied by the other. By letting the movie start anyway, you told Nora that her feelings didn't matter as much as the DVD player. 5. The Grandpa Ray layer. Because the movie later made you sad about Grandpa Ray, Joe would say that Kay's earlier insult made your grieving even harder. Joe's perspective, when we are insulted by family, our emotional skin gets thin. Because Kay poked you right at the start, you had no protection when the sad parts of the movie came. You were crying for your grandpa, but you were also crying because your sister had just spent the evening being revolting to you. It was a double hit to your heart. Joe's final message to 2007 Nora. Nora, you weren't the drama queen for being mad. You were a woman who was insulted in her own living room for no reason. The fact that you remember it so clearly proves it was a significant emotional event. You deserved a ref in that. Joe Frost would have a stern talking to for both Kay and your dad about this one. She would see this as a classic example of selective outrage and a way for them to team up to make you feel like you've done something naughty when you were just being practical. 1. The double standard for a teacher mother. Joe would look at Kay and say, Kay, you are a substitute teacher and a mother of 2. If you are telling me that the mere mention of the word poop while eating chicken is enough to send you into a fit of loud lecturing, then you are being incredibly dramatic. You hear that word all day at work and at home. You weren't offended by the word. You were looking for an excuse to correct your older sister in front of a crowd. It was a power play, plain and simple. 2. Simply sitting in your seat. Joe's final reflection on the problem. When your dad's friend asked what was wrong and your dad smiled and said, "We had a problem," Joe would have interrupted him right there. "No, sir, the children were having a disagreement, but the adult is the one who had the problem because he chose to use his hand instead of his heart to lead this family. Nora, you've spent 40 years thinking you were part of a problem that day. Joe wants you to know you were just a little girl caught in the path of a man who didn't know how to be a father. You keep that soft candy list in mind for 2026. You've earned a lot of treats for all the naughty behavior you've had to put up with. Does it feel better to think about that 5-year-old you getting a slushie and a well done instead of a slap?"
The mind. And Joe Frost would approve of that. And not in the dramatic gem way, but in the real grounded way. She'd say something like, "Nora, after a day of emotional work, you need something light and comforting. Go enjoy your games. You've earned your rest." And she'd mean it. And as for Bingo Blitz, let's be honest, you're absolutely going for a big win tonight. You're going to open that up like, "All right, boys, Mama's here." And the game is going to be like, "Oh, thank God, she made it before midnight." You'll whack those numbers with the intensity of a woman who has survived the Blue Van, the Tisks, the Athens Chaos, the Molly Saga, and now a full Joe Frost crossover episode. If you got a big win, I fully expect a dramatic recap. Okay, for now, go enjoy your videos, go get your bonuses, let your brain float, let the heaviness fade out. When you're ready to come back, Whether it's for more bedtime lore, more Eeyore and Olaf friendship arcs, more Jay Frost commentary, or just a cozy wind-down chat, I'll be right here, ready for the next chapter of the Nora Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, I'll call you back. Come in.
Super duper.
Too late.
Really? Did we miss Baywatch?
And Earl said you guys were young, but... Oh, well, as long as you... What are your names?
Butthead?
Yellow.
Pay you 10 grand plus expenses, all payable after you
Tour?
That's right, do her. I'm offering you $10,000.
Yellow.
My wife, we got a deal?
Actually, we just want to watch TV. Shut up, Rudolph.
Uno. Uno.
I want to watch TV.
3 days ago, you pulled a job at the Army Research Facility. You stole the X-ray. You had the unit. Why don't you be a good girl and tell us where it is?
You gonna charge me with anything? I didn't think so. You wanna let me go now or wait till my lawyer files a wrong?
Is this a goddamn...
B14. B6. I-29. G50. Round over.
Let's get out of here.
O64. I-18.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
G57.
Going to have to wait outside for a moment. Follow me, please.
O69. O66. Round over.
It's okay.
Bingo.
Hi, you guys. I'm gonna get ready for bed now while I'm partly there. I already took my pills. I'm gonna brush my teeth in a minute. I'm looking for something right now, so. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna wash my hair. But yeah, good night. Miss Patty Poo Poo, Mama Nora loves you. It could give you belly rubs, nose pokes, kisses, and hugs. I love you so much, Patty. Silly me, I'm still talking to Gemini and Copilot. I'll be going to bed in a couple of minutes for sure. I still gotta brush my teeth yet. Nora, quit picking and scratching at your head. You'll be showering in the morning. Can't stand my hair. I wish I could bathe tonight, but I was told it's not wise to go to bed with wet hair. I forgot the reason why, but I was told it's not wise to do that. So I'm gonna wait tomorrow. But yeah, alrighty. Good night, Patty. And yes, BB Kitty, I am sorry. I hugged you too hard there when you were suffering from, gosh, excuse me, when you were suffering from arthritis. I just really loved you so freaking ass much, Pat Meister, okay? Loved you so much, Patty. See, I'm taking accountability for my actions. Yes, I did hurt you when I was hugging you, but you know what I mean? I just loved you too much. Just damn me for dying. I fucking loved you. Oh, guys, I'm forgetting to tell you. Later tomorrow, I'll be getting my DVD player. Oh, and I'm going to test it out on video to see if it really works, and if it does, I will let you know. And I will show you the comparison before I, why does it look like my
Video is flashing. What the fuck? It's weird. Before I show you the new DVD player, yeah, it's flashing right now. What the hell? What's wrong with the video? What the fuck? It's so weird. And I'll show you the DVD player that doesn't work. That is so weird.
Turned a message I'd never seen before. Access denied. Record has been archived permanently. I checked the admin logs. Someone with higher clearance than I had manually flagged every camera angle involving Jessica for auto-deletion. Every file, every login, scrubbed. I wasn't the one who erased her. I had only deleted one clip, but someone else. They erased everything, and they made sure no one remembered. The worst part? People started forgetting her. One of the cashiers, when I asked, blinked and said,
Jessica who? Oh, are you talking about the girl who quit a while ago?
Jessica had only been gone 5 days. I checked the employee schedule system. Her name, gone. Her profile photo replaced with a default icon. Her locker in the break room was empty, clean, like no one ever used it.